Our next speaker is, our two speakers. They're from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department. They're here to tell us about Sheriff Gualtieri's efforts to help us with our loved ones if they wander through their program that's called Safety Net. Please welcome from the Pinellas County Sheriff, Corporal Chris Coleman and Deputy Tom Festa.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm Corporal Chris Coleman at the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office Community Policing Unit, and next to me is Deputy Tom Festa, and he's currently the Community Policing Officer for the City of Seminole, which you're in right now. So you may see him around campus if you come and visit. We're here to discuss a program that the Sheriff's Office has partnered with. It's called Safety Net, and it's a tracking system that we utilize to, it's kind of more of a protective barrier for your loved ones that may have some sort of Alzheimer's or autism, things of that nature, and they tend to wander away. And this program helps us find them much quicker than in the past. So it's just another tool that we utilize. So we're going to go through some of the parts we brought here, and we'll give you a little bit of an example of how it works in the field. We have it set up here in the room. So. This consists of an antenna, so it's like a radio frequency. So we have this the transmitter box, okay, and each person is assigned a radio frequency, and they'll have a wristband, and that's what we're going to look for in the room today, and you'll see it. It's a wristband that they wear all the time. It doesn't come off. It has to actually be cut off to get off. So it's typically you can wear it, we've seen on their wrists, or they can wear it on their ankle. And to be removed, it does have to be cut. Now the company itself, Safety Net, handles everything to do with the maintenance, the batteries that it involves, the removal, the switching out, all those things. That's handled through the Safety Net company, and we're going to have some flyers that'll be in the back for everyone and for your information. For us, for the Sheriff's Office, we're the finders. We go out in the field and find the loved one. Okay, so like I said, it's a frequency. So everyone gets a frequency, and we punch it into this monitor right here, and then it gets connected to an antenna, and you can hear the beep sound, and we'll turn it up and hopefully get a little louder, but it'll get louder as you get closer to the wristband. So typically, after utilizing the other antenna here, which is for the vehicle that's down here, we'll get a call, say, at 86th Avenue and Ridge Road, and there's a house there on the corner, okay? Time lapse is 15 minutes. So you'll have a Safety Net person or a team, usually 2 or 3, will respond to that, because in the call notes you'll tell them when you call in, I'm a Safety Net provider, here's my frequency number, and they'll put it in the call notes so we know that to send a team member to that location. So what'll happen is, say I get the call from wherever, say I'm at the Sheriff's Office, I'll put the antenna that's down here on the floor, that'll go on the top of my cruiser. It's a magnet. It goes on the top, and I'll hook it up to that blue box that we have, and while I'm driving to 86th Avenue, I'll have it going already. So I'm listening for the tone, and I'm reading the frequency on the device, and I'm listening, and as it gets stronger, that's where I'm going to. So once I get to a point where it's at a certain level, where I know, okay, I'm close, I'll switch over to the handheld and get out of my car, and then what we'll do is, we'll turn it on, and you stand and you'll do a circular motion, and once you see that, or you hear that it's the loudest, you start walking, and you just you wave it, just the antenna, just like this, and it gets louder and louder and louder, and then you'll come upon it. And the reason why it's radio frequency, you may think it's kind of outdated, it's because this device, these frequencies will go within concrete buildings, you know, through steel, like things that your phone, you'll lose reception on. You know, if you go into, you know, the schools or something, you know, sometimes our radios are a little spotty in some areas in schools and things. So this will go through all that. So that's why they use the radio type frequency. So we'll give you a little bit of example here. We'll turn it on and
So as you can hear, it's getting a little bit louder in different directions. If he's facing one way, it may not hear it as much. If he starts facing a different way, you'll start hearing it go up a little bit.
so I'm hearing it get louder over here. Then it's a lot softer. So that's why we do the circular motion.
That's why we work in teams.
Okay, just so everybody can hear that's watching. Yeah, normally there'd be a person standing there. So we'd see them from quite a distance at that point, than the band. But this is the band right here, and it's a battery. And again, the company handles all that. Any issues you have, too tight, too loose, or whatnot, battery goes dead, you just want it checked, replaced, or whatnot, that's all through the company. And it's typically wrist or ankle, waterproof, whatever. It'll go with them. So there is a fee associated with it. That's all through the company. You can lease them or buy them, and they can go over those types of things with you. But we'll take any quick questions. Hopefully I can answer. If not, we'll have the flyers in the back. The company's phone numbers on them. They have a website too. That's real good, and you know, we do offer that service. Yes.
Well, please wait for a mic because we're recording it. While
Wait. Do you provide this in all counties you serve?
Well, we're in Pinellas County, so this is a service county-wide in Pinellas. So this will be anywhere in Pinellas County. And Hillsborough does have this service also.
is it free or is there a cost?
There is a fee associated with it. Those are done through the company. They have leasing programs and purchase options. So that'd be something you discuss with the representative with Safety Net.
So you say that this is available in Pinellas County, so each police department would have that capability to track?
This is through the
person.
sheriff's office,
Just the
and
sheriff's
we handle it countywide. So if you live in the city of St. Petersburg, you live in the city of Tarpon Springs, it's through us, we do it countywide. So you just contact the sheriff's office for that.
I just want to say that we have it and it works well.
Excellent. Thank you.
And it also works in other states.
Very good.
Safety
Yes.
Net is in other states, which is one of the advantages because we travel and it's going to be useful in some other place.
Yes. As long as you have that frequency number, that's the key. And
I just want to know, you were here last year with this, and it was new last year? You just came out with it?
well, it used to be called Project Lifesaver, and it's a very, very similar system to that. The technology is virtually the same. It's just a little bit of an upgraded model. So we have had this particular program. It's just this through Safety Net, it has been more recent. Yes.
And where's the information it's going to be?
We're going to put some flyers
Yeah,
in the back here or on one of the tables. We have plenty of flyers for everybody.
Here's a question here.
First of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I have a statement and then a question. If I were someone with autism or dementia and I were lost or missing or whatever, and I saw someone in uniform coming at me with an antenna that makes a beep, I would freak out. So my question is do you contact the family as soon as you have located the person and have them come and assist, or how do you deal with it after you find them?
Well, like in that case, like I said, I would have seen that person from quite a distance, probably away, unless they're hiding in something. But at that point, you know, we don't. There's no need to walk right up to them with the intent. You know, if I can see you within 50 feet, you know, and you match the description. You know, I think that the tool's, you know, done with at that point. But yes, we do contact the family, absolutely, you know, immediately.
The other thing is the antenna will go up to a mile, okay? So we can track for a mile with that, but we could also hook it up to our helicopter, and we can go up to 5 miles. So they might be all the way up in the sky saying, hey, he's somewhere in this general vicinity, if he's in a park or somewhere else, and we can get a whole bunch of deputies in that park looking for that particular person. So it may not necessarily be us walking around with the wand that they're gonna see. So they're going to be approached by one of us, but yeah, typically the family would be home in case he does come back home or she comes back home.
Have you had a person with dementia cut it off? The bracelet.
I've had about several different people, and I have never had anybody cut it off.
Okay.
Certain people, it depends. You know, some loved ones have told people, hey, it's a watch, it's this, it's that, and you know the thing is with it being, it's just like a medical bracelet you would get in a hospital. It's the same thing like that. It's not going to come off unless you are really cutting it off. You're not going to be able just to rip it off. It's not a cheap bracelet you get at a carnival or something like that. It's something a little bit tougher. So they'd have to really cut it off or want it off. And people that typically don't like it and they start moving it around, that's when I'll suggest maybe put it on their ankle so they kind of forget about it.
Really quickly, this is a little bit off the subject, but it's in reference to what the officer just said. You mentioned the frequency being off from schools, when you know, the radio frequency. And I just did a town hall meeting on the school shootings. And I thought about the officer that was hovering outside that didn't go in. He mentioned something about he got mixed signals or something on the radio. That's why he didn't go in. So is that something that you were talking about when you said the frequencies are a problem when you go into schools?
Well, this particular device is radio frequency, so it's not a cell phone or Wi-Fi or any of those. So it'll go through block, steel. It'll go where your phone and things of that nature can't. Or even sometimes, you know, these types of radios. So it's a different frequency. It's why that's why I was saying if it looks a little older technology, it really isn't. That's why they've stuck with that type of technology because it will go virtually, you know, wherever. You're welcome.
Question.
Thank you for your service, but
Thank you.
I'm an honorary member of the Sheriff's Association. Would it be possible to get any discounts through this program?
Well, I said all that's done through the company. We're just in the field and go and find them. You know what I mean? You can try. Give them a call. So, and we'll be in the back if you have. Yep. Thank you.
With using your resources on the ground looking for someone, I know there has been situations where they found pawned persons, etc. But with drones and the amazing ability of having drones and using a resource of a helicopter, are they looking into possibly using a drone for quicker, faster, being able to put these on drones?
Well, I know, and I've done the training as far as the helicopter. We did actually training in Lake Seminole Park over here, and down at War Veterans Park, and then a park over by the Ridgecrest area where we utilized the bands, and we hid the band in the park, and they just gave us a scenario, and we responded to Lake Seminole Park, which is huge, and we were able to narrow it down to the particular baseball field that it was in, you know, and then the ground units. By that time, you have so many people on the ground in there that the helicopter's done. Now we have all the units to focus on one area. So it's a possibility. Sure, it's a possibility. We do have several drones. Again, this is a newer type system that we started with safety net, so it would be something. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Corporal Coleman and Deputy Festa.